All right. Hey, y'all. Welcome back to what I learned today. In this episode, I'm talking about asking for help. Now, I mentioned it a little bit in episode before with dealing with disappointment, because I know a lot of times people don't ask for help because they're afraid that people are, one, not going to help them, right? So that's dealing with the disappointment of them not helping. And then two, people are going to say no. So that's also those feeling dealing with those feelings of rejection. I also know that sometimes people don't ask for help because they are, as my mother used to claim, highly independent or fiercely independent. And asking for help is seen as a sign of weakness and or inability. But I've often told people if we weren't supposed to ask for help, then we'd be here all by ourselves, and we're not. So learning to ask for help is very important. Now, it also is a time for assessment, right? So, what are we asking for help for? Is this something that we actually can do, but we are choosing not to do? For instance, when a parent or an older sibling would say, "Hey, can you help me? Okay, what do you need? Would you get up and go get me something to drink?" Right? Or would you go get that remote control? Now, that's something that you can honestly do yourself if you can, um, but you may not feel like doing. That's one thing. Versus if I have, let's say, a math problem, right? I have some homework and I need help. I may not understand the concept and I need someone to help explain it to me again and again until I finally get it, right? That's me attempting to learn how to do this on my own, but I need additional assistance until I got it. Um, Even to this day, there's things where on the computer, I may understand a little bit, but I don't fully understand. So I will call some family and or friends. I'll go on the YouTube. I know some people will go on the other social media sites to learn how to do some things, right? That's a way where we can get help. We're asking a computer system, a software, a social media site for help, but we are learning how to ask for help and we're learning how to receive help. And that's something that we also have to look at. Sometimes we don't want to ask for help because we don't want to ask a certain person for help. I hear some of y'all saying that part. Um, so we have to look at what is keeping us from asking for help. If it is about building a skill set, then I would say take note, write down. Y'all know, for y'all who know me, know I believe in journaling. As I look around now, I have like 4 or 5 different journals sitting around me, and notebooks because I think it's important to write things down. All right. So I would say write down, what am I asking for help? That's actually a neat assignment, right? What am I asking for help? And then when you look at it, then you can determine, is this something that I can build that skill up? Um, is this something that takes more than just myself to do, right? So, like if I need to lift a couch, um, I need someone to help me with the other side to get it to a certain place. As I'm telling y'all this, I'm thinking about how I used to rearrange my room all the time. And this big pieces of furniture like the dressers and things like that. And so I would need help to move it. And then they created those little discs that you could slide on the corners and it would help glide the things across the room. Oh, those were the best things for me. Not because I didn't have to ask for help, but it was that I didn't have to wait. All right. So that's another piece that a lot of times we don't want to ask for help because we want to or need to take care of something in the moment and we don't want to wait for the person or the people who can help us to do that. Now, here's the thing. As I said, if you write down the things that you're asking for help for, and you see what that asking for help is connected to, like I said, sometimes I didn't want to wait. I learned that I also had to learn patience, right? Sometimes the disc didn't work, or sometimes I couldn't lift the furniture by myself to get the disc underneath it. So I still had to wait for somebody to come to help me do that part. And so, even as you're making your list about what you need help for, you may not need help for the whole thing. You may only need help for a portion. Like I said, once I got the disc underneath my furniture, I could slide it around the room and do the rest of it by myself, but I had to wait for that first part to happen. All right. So I encourage you, when you recognize that you need help, number one, clarify specifically what help you need. Know that it is okay to ask for help. And then you got to take honest inventory of who are you asking for help? Because sometimes you're asking people to help you who honestly cannot help you. And then when that person says no, or that person attempts to help you and they don't do a great job, now you're triggered into being angry, frustrated, um, upset, disappointment, right? All of that. But if you took honest inventory of who you're asking to help you and what you're asking them to help you with, you might be able to avoid all of that by really choosing wisely on who you're asking for help. All right, so take honest inventory of who you're asking for help, what they're able to actually help you with. And the good thing about that is you might actually discover that there's somebody who can help you who you hadn't taken into consideration before. All right, I'll talk with y'all soon. See you later. Bye.